accused of hurting his girlfriend and killing her little brother in a DUI crash, appears in court. Details in a live report.
Plus, protests against the war in Gaza continue nationwide, including here at UC San Diego. We're live.
Rattlesnake sightings on the rise. It's that time of year again. But what do you do if you encounter one? We'll tell you coming up.
New game, new clubs, new life for combat veterans. Operation Game On.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now. The man prosecutors say killed a 13-year-old boy from Escondido in a DUI crash over the weekend pleaded not guilty in court today. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Chiquetto. Deputies say 20-year-old Alexander Tito Oros was under the influence at the time of the crash that sent him and his girlfriend to the hospital and killed her little brother.
CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes was in the courtroom with the family and joins us now live from Vista. Kirsten?
Yeah, I sat in that courtroom right next to 13-year-old Rodrigo's grandmother as they listened to the arraignment. They were holding their composure, but they were visibly upset. The hardest part, I think, was when they heard that the defendant, 20-year-old Alexander Tito Oros, had no remorse. And the family told me after court they believe that he still has no remorse.
I can't imagine how he was feeling. When he was coming down the hill, he told them to stop. My daughter did too, and he kept on pushing the gas pedal. My kids were scared.
That's Norma Tapia. She's 13-year-old Rodrigo's mom, who died in this car crash in Escondido Saturday night. Prosecutors say 20-year-old Alexander Tito Oros was underage, drunk, and responsible for killing Rodrigo and hurting Rodrigo's big sister, Oros' girlfriend, Jasmine, and the driver of this pickup truck. Prosecutors say Oros is a threat to the community.
He shows no regard for public safety. When he was speeding through a 40 miles per hour posted zone, he was speeding between 91 to 119 miles per hour.
Oros' attorney says
he has community ties. He is employed. He has lived here his whole life. He has no priors, no criminal history, no active cases.
Because 20-year-old Oros is underage, the judge said in court today Oros' blood alcohol content at the time of the crash should have been 0. Oros' BAC was .097 40 minutes after the crash. He's now facing felony vehicular manslaughter and other charges. Prosecutors say Oros' speed was anywhere between 91 and 119 miles per hour when he hit that pickup truck. The driver of the truck is still in the hospital. Jasmine is out of the hospital.
She's doing good, and she just lost. Before, I thought he was a sweet guy. He would always open the door for my daughter like a gentleman, and now I know he's not that guy.
Those are Kirsten Holmes reporting. Protests against the war in Gaza continue on college campuses across the country. Tonight, they have spread to UC San Diego, where a new encampment has gone up. CBS 8's Rocio De La Fe joins us live from UC San Diego with an update. Rocio.
Free, free, free Palestine! Yeah, and you can see and hear hundreds of students out here tonight that have gathered here on the UCSD campus in front of the Geisel Library to protest the war happening in Gaza and stand in solidarity with Palestinians. Now, the demonstration here today is part of other protests that are happening across college campuses throughout the nation. And unlike other protests, this one here tonight has remain peaceful, and that is what their plan, what they tell me their plan is, to stay peaceful here tonight. Now, those gathered are standing united against the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza and the loss of life of innocent civilians. They're also calling on the U.S. and universities to cut financial ties with Israel.
Our tuition dollars are funding a Israeli occupation and genocide against the Palestinian people, and we don't want our student dollars being tied up in something that we don't support or believe in, that are killing hundreds of thousands of people.
Now, the student you just heard from is actually a Jewish American who is against what's happening in Gaza as well. Like in here, I can tell you there are people from different backgrounds and races that are all standing united. Now, UC San Diego, the chancellor, in a statement earlier today said that the tent encampments are in violation of campus policy, but did say they support the right to protest and will ensure that it remains a safe environment for all students. We've also been told that there's word going around that SCPD might be moving in or have ordered the protesters to leave the campus, but we have not been able to confirm that. But I can say that there is a lot of police presence here on campus.
Thanks, Rocio. Meantime, protests escalated at UCLA and other campuses across California and the United States. UCLA canceled classes today after this clash between protesters and counter-protesters last night. We'll have much more on that and the growing number of campus encampments. That's tonight in our second half hour.
The trial started today for a popular TikTok star accused of killing his estranged wife and her friend at a luxury high-rise apartment in downtown San Diego.
CBS 8's Steve Price was in the courtroom for opening statements.
Both sides agree on one thing. Ali Abulabon killed his estranged wife and her friend. But when it comes to why this happened, there are two very different stories.
That was the defendant executing Anna and Ray. Cold, calculated murders.
Prosecutors say Ali Abulabon, known to nearly 1 million TikTok followers as Jin Kid, killed his estranged wife Anna and her friend Ray Barron during a jealous rage. Deputy District Attorney Taryn Brass laid out her case today in opening arguments. Abulabon faces several charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder.
And he walked towards Anna and Ray on the couch. He racked his gun again and fired 4 more shots.
It happened October 21st, 2021 at the Spire San Diego luxury high-rise apartment complex in the East Village. Abulabon was no longer living there with Anna, but prosecutors say he continued to listen to his wife's conversations through an app he secretly installed on their daughter's iPad. Prosecutors say Abulabon heard Anna and Ray laughing, entered the apartment with a key that he said he returned but never did, and shot them, hitting Ray 3 times in the head and neck area and Anna once in the head.
At the end of this trial, I will ask that you find the defendant guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Abulabon's attorney admits her client killed both victims, but says Anna drove him to the edge by introducing him to drugs, lying to him, and having a relationship with another man.
Anna knew Ali well. She knew exactly what to say and how to say it to cut him directly to the bone. She knew his underlying vulnerabilities.
Public defender Jody Green says this was a crime of passion and done without malice.
Ali felt like he was watching someone else move across the room towards Ray and Anna in a blur. Shots rang out, first at Ray and then at Anna. It all happened so fast, literally in a matter of seconds. He ran out of the apartment, mumbling to himself, speaking incoherently. He went back into the apartment and cried out, "Anna, Anna, Anna," still in shock.
This trial is expected to last 4 weeks. If convicted on all charges, Abulabon could face the death penalty. At the downtown courthouse, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steve. County supervisors approved a measure to secure an emergency stockpile of the medication-based abortion treatments misoprostol and mifepristone. The board voted 3-2 in favor today after the measure failed to pass last month. The proposal by Vice Chair Tara Lawson-Remer would add the medications to the county's 2024 legislative program. Meantime, the abortion battle played out in 2 other states today. We'll have more on that coming up tonight in our second half hour.
State lawmakers from San Diego County are asking Governor Gavin Newsom for money to fix the Oceanside Pier.
Senators Catherine Blakespear, Steve Padilla, and Brian Jones, along with Assembly members David Alvarez, Brian Mainshine, Lori Davies, and Tasha Borner, sent the letter for emergency funding. They are hoping the historic pier can be repaired as quickly as possible. Last week's fire destroyed a building that was home to Ruby's Diner for 25 years until it closed in 2021. Investigators say the fire started on the northwest corner of the pier, possibly underneath the promenade deck, and appears to have been accidental.
The Mount Soledad National Veterans Memorial in La Jolla is celebrating its 70th anniversary tonight.
Today, members of the Memorial Association gathered to mark the occasion. The memorial has been undergoing renovations, the latest project focusing on cleaning and painting the large white cross at the site. The cross restoration project started on April 20th, and it's all being done at no cost.
Our military men and women right now are preserving our freedoms. What we strive to do here is maintain this memorial in impeccable condition at all times so that they and their families and their honor and their legacy is preserved.
The project should wrap up in about 2 weeks, just in time for the annual Memorial Day ceremony. Still ahead tonight at 6, some of our veterans hit the golf course.
Plus, the Fed is standing strong tonight in its battle to bring down inflation. How long we may have to wait before interest rates come down.
And temperatures along the coastline and into the inland microclimates pretty much where they should be for this time of year, except no May gray. I'm meteorologist Sean Stiles. We'll talk about that in your 8-day forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Sean. And up next, watch your step. Rattlesnake season is here.